Rakato, you know, Romley talk to the Yaki, boy, I'll go like you from Anita, the you give up something to get a Haki of the Zeke Hasti, or some maybe girl leaving in the month. Maybe I'll go to the face if I'm walking, but Rakato, you know, login up from I make him out of but she almost go to I guess I go to the high, makes me back me robbing. Say, make me very in material, kind of Rossi, you know, for me to make about grace and meet in the law. Melk me niet te gaan, maar melk me zo hebben en laten lachen. Niet in de gaat die nooit. Ja, meest. Het is niet zo nee, op zich zijn ze eigenlijk zo'n soort van kan ook wel ja, die afgelopen zelf ja, maar die kan heel hard geweest en dan zo gaat en dan ik wil alleen even die weer coach ook als dat maar nee, die in the day was how do you I got this system got this station before you know the so I got you know where I got it that you know when you be talk of mommy with us where I got you know and then the the kilo we just talk about in the short name of the cover I got you know great is true also when you give us on the fail on the market keep us on the okay sell off over I got you know I really say we've been in the hill and Gil over a Haton, you know, Israel, innovation of the Sharkies, you know, Canada, Brachman, over a Haton, you know, Israel, you know, such an as these, it's coming to us off the TV, St. Thomas, or the Brachman. Having Adam of Sabine with the Velcro direction of the Kashan better with the Velcro Gil to meet the bottom of the body, Hashon in Burakato, you know, sorry, Hashon in needs to copy school. You see, we come see New York and Maribel Confess Arthur, see, Burakato, you know, I got his name there, I'm Israel, version of it, the Altina Quasti, Love Host, remember you're going on from later in the facility. Het zat ook op de misbouw weer gaat al. Die heeft het ook een misbouw. Na machine maar die stuk waar we van in de positie kerk aan je weet of hoe je wel van me hier je koriso. Normaal dus als je meer zaken is de schaber is maar je zegt nee ben hier weer mee hoe gaat al. Even maar nee ze de wel ik nee aan probeer zo wel dat is ik aan wel keer ze dat alleen je hebben naar gewoon er weer we zijn software te we gaan iets van die probleem met ze simpel kunnen maar we dan alleen weet je we gaan het ook maar gaat al. Het is een middag wat dat ik in de should be seen met zich af kan je de parto. Kun je dat we dat van de hebben zich af in de isa de Caribbean middel we dan de andere gaat al die wanneer je dus al aan je moet hebben dat van de staat meer we kan niet dan we zoals dat ook die zoals ook die nog aan je in de gaat al die als je keer die show als maken die over maar in de leden we gaan wel braken voor dat in het casino kill je met de zaken nu de motor. No vanaf van ook in de week kan altijd weer een theater je met wat voor hebben gaat al die je meer te veel hoor is zo soms je was je probably dat je zelf op je zo het wil dan die avond te gaan verrassen als je daar zien Toby dat weet dat zo nou gewoon zo dan nou in hoe je al het in maar van weer gaat al die nou dat is nou zie het hier in minimaal hoe had je wat kan je maar give it time. I think Kili color Akana, I'm Rakim Kili, Sam Kasala, Elam, Kili. I'll call him Israel to be stream on this nation from Alkin Thomas, Elam Lord, the Falakaim do, Hosella of Yavolution Brothers, Elam, Peter Village, there's a stain fellow, a lot of you know, I think Sim Follow on the way, there is some time for us to draft him. Alleen Valko Israel, Anafla. Maar geen of in een kliniek gaan we hebben nog een keer, we hebben nog een soort van loon, wat in een keer schijn was, dat stok over we gaan met Charles en we hebben nog wel werken van Paisa op Lois, hoe Charles en we gaan weer gaat door, en wat ik van Israël was Charles. It's got us made out of ja, we kunnen die kunnen met je gaan je gaan de hobby's is er al is maar kan je die maar ja iets waar je beetje is waar je weer staat je zou de alles met de coach op je voor ik heb weer vast de choice dat is weer vast nog maar dat daar meer om allemaal die bro in de hobby's is zo קודם אבינו בשמי ואמרו אמן. אמן דברי בחיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. Praise the Son, we bring up, we ask the Shalom Alinu, Alko Israel, we improve. Alinu, yeah, you know, never go yadin and not a forest, by him, I am a cottage, may a fall.
שמלך קודשה בריחו, אלא מכל בכתב ושירת בכתב ונחמת אדם בעלמם, אמן. יש לנו רבה משמעיה וכן טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, אמן. זה שלום וממה אבוי, אז שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, אמן. Mincha Maariv, יש לנו רבה משמעיה וכן טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, אמן. שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל,
amen. Tonight after the davening, we're going to give out whoever has, we'll give you a shmura matzah for anyone who has any Jewish coworkers or neighbors they think does not have matzah. So try to make sure that everybody has matzah, any Jewish coworker or neighbor. If you don't have, you're not sure, then and you want to just give out people in the community over here from our list. So Mati is going to give you people to.
No, I'm doing all the leftovers.
Don't worry, you'll have plenty. It's another 100 to put on.
No, I'm saying I'll do all the. I'm not giving
So you have that list?
I'm not giving out roots. Give it to Erica.
All right, I'll give out roots, no problem.
I'll do it.
Okay, Mati will do it. Whatever.
I'll do it.
All right. So last night we were discussing someone who rents, a person who's renting a house, a tenant who's renting from a landlord a house. So who's obligated to search for the chametz? So we said that the tenant is obviously obligated. It's your house now, and you have the obligation to check for chametz. If there's no tenant there, then obviously the landlord is responsible. The question is, what happens if it's being rented right before Pesach? Huh? So depends. So when is it being rented? That's the question. When is it being rented? If it's rented, you already signed the contract. Everything is signed already. But you didn't get the key. The tenant did not get the keys to the house. You made a kinyan. You shook on it. You signed. Did everything you had to do. The background check is done already. You cleared. Everything is done. You already gave your down payment. But you didn't get the key yet until after the night before Pesach. you do not have, the tenant does not have the obligation. Rather, the Rebbe says the obligation falls on the landlord. Why? Because if you didn't have the key, you can't get in there to do it. And obviously, if the landlord's not, then none of you are obligated. If the landlord's not Jewish and you had it before Pesach already, then you have an obligation. It's your place now. If he gave you the key later, then you don't have the obligation. If he gave you the key after the night before Pesach. Yeah. So now, so if the landlord is Jewish, he has to be the one who checks the chametz that night, even though he already rented it out. He got his money already. He has to be the one to search for the chametz. He's moving to. He's living to Canada.
The house is on a lockbox.
On a lockbox. So now, so you have if the tenant already signed, it's on a lockbox, meaning the tenant has access to the key, and he already signed, so he can go take the key whenever he wants. So then I think it's the onus falls on the tenant. Makes sense because you have access to the key, you have everything's done already. So nevertheless, let's say let's say the owner is the one who now has to do the bedika, has to do the search. Nevertheless, the new tenant should also do at least a bittul shabbaleh. Should do at least verbalize that you're being mevatel, you're nullifying the comments, so you don't have ownership. And if the key did go to the new owner, you want to tell me he didn't move in yet. I didn't move in yet. I don't have any comments there yet. I didn't bring any box of Cheerios there. There's no brownies there. I didn't even move in yet. I just got the keys. You're still up, huh? What? So the answer is you still have to search. Why? Because maybe the landlord left your comments. And the rule is, even though I don't want the landlord's comments, it's brownies from last year, and it's moldy. I don't want it. It doesn't matter because the rule is that when you rent the apartment, the Chachamim tell us when you rent it with everything inside, unless something was locked up specifically. That's another story. But if it wasn't locked up, you have access to everything. Just like when you take an Airbnb, they're giving you the dishes to use. They're giving you the soap, whatever the soap, the dish soap and garbage bags. They give you a certain amount of stuff, right? It becomes yours, right? If you want, you can take it home. Get the shampoo from the hotel. You can take it all home if you want. Same thing, the landlord, you get everything. You're getting the bed, you're getting the bedroom, and you're getting the schmutz inside of it as well, including the brownies from last year, become now yours. Whether you want it or not, they're yours. And therefore, even though you never slept there, you never even went inside yet. Surely didn't bring in any Cheerios. Still, you're obligated to search for comments there because it's your apartment now. Yeah. What happens if you got the keys, but you gave it back to the landlord? Because you say, you know what? I'm going back to Canada. I'm going to Canada with Pesach. I'm going to the landlord with Pesach. And I'm going to give the keys to the landlord in case the exterminator needs to come. So now who's obligated? Once the tenant got it, it's the tenant's obligation. You gave the keys to the landlord? Okay, that's nice. You gave it to someone you trust. You could have given it to Shalom Lev. Instead, you decided to give it to the landlord. It was your choice, whatever you wanted. You trust Shalom Lev, you trust the landlord, whatever you want. It's your place, it's your obligation. And therefore, you're the one that has to be the one who's checking for the chametz. Again, both ways, in such a scenario, in both ways, whether the tenant got it late, and now the owner has to be the one who has to do the search, or the tenant got it on time, and the tenant has to do the search. Whenever it's such a close call, both the tenant and the landlord should both do bittul chametz, should nullify the chametz, just in case, just to cover your ground both sides. It doesn't cost anything. It's easy, huh? Yeah.
I'm not going to use it back. Only this. Okay. Yeah.
You should clean it anyway because you own it still in Pesach. Even if you're not using it, you still own it. Same thing if you're a house. You should, even if you're going to Hawaii for Pesach or Orlando or Chicago, you should still clean your house before Pesach. It's the right thing to do. Now the question is, if you got lazy and you just want to close up the house, did you do any, and you sold it? Did you do anything wrong? Okay, you didn't do anything wrong. But you want to know what the right thing to do?
The other one is clean.
You should get rid of it. You're paying insurance for nothing. You should get rid of it.
I'm in the process.
Should whatever. It's so one to the other, but Marvin the Chassan, Marvin Daiga, Mishnah tells us just to own something, have no use out of it. It's useless. Takes too much brain space, takes stuff, and we're paying money for it. So. And we're responsible. Paying that, so you're responsible. Yeah. So again, the key is who has the key. The key is who has the key at the time of obligation of searching comments. That is the night before Pesach. A person might say, "Listen, I think it goes by the contract." We want to know what the halakha is, what Torah says. That's what we want to know. Bottom line. Now, if someone is, let's say, searching several places, what is the procedure of checking? Let's say you have a bunch of properties. You have a bunch of properties. You're living in. You have also the one down the block that you rent out as an Airbnb. And then you have your office that you're going to go into. So what's the procedure?
What if you have one in New York, one here? You said one block and you need 6 months there, 6 months here. You're going to come back to New York to clean?
So what's the procedure? What did we do? Good question. What did we do? What did we do? What do you think? Okay, good. So you're only making one bracha. Only making one bracha. And that one bracha goes on everything. Just like when you put up a mezuzah, you put up a mezuzah. I think it's giving the same reason. Yeah. But when it comes to B'digas Chametz, I guess your main key of your obligation is where you live. Where are you living, Pesach? You might be paying taxes in 2 places. No, because you're not going to go into your own Pesach. Let's say personal life. That's why you're gonna search it. So you're saying where are you gonna make the bracha? Where do you live? So the bracha you're gonna make it home, and then you just go search it. You can recycle your 10 pieces. You can recycle it. No, for real. You could just put the same ones out again and again. You can do the same thing. You don't have to take.
If it's very size, you can't find the cat one.
you allowed to talk in tone for
To give it out.
yeah, are you allowed to tell him where it is? So cool. Like you hear what you say. When we do can't talk in peace, say okay, if you find it all young, just have to answer my question. My question is my allowed to tell him where it is.
The funny thing is that Mati goes the guy hacked.
Yeah.
They got a bacon lot.
Bacon lots?
They threw their bag up on the top.
Someone asked regarding a vacant lot. I don't think the vacant lot you have to check. It's not. It's bottle. It's already bottle over there. Everything's nullified over there. I think. What happens if someone sold? We're talking about here about renting. What happens if it was sold? Then the someone sold their house to the family. He left it and he locked it up. But the new owner, he sold it, but the new owner wasn't kind. He didn't do a kinyan yet on it. Didn't acquire it before the 14th. No. According to Shulchan Aruch, I'll never says over here. I'll read you. Ava P. Again. B'chol the master is talking about by someone who rented it out. Ava Moicher, by whoever sold a house to a friend. The Yatan license going, and you left the house and you locked it up. By the kech and the buyer and the buyer bought it with whatever means, whatever the lawyer went and whatever it's the method used to buy. Even though he did not get the key yet until after the 14th at night, Avo became nevertheless the owner does not have an obligation to check it. Since it's already sold. It's the new owner which is now obligated to buy it, and who bought it is now obligated to check. Nevertheless, the seller should still do bittul. He should still nullify. Nullify doesn't take anything. It takes a second. You still nullify the chametz. So unlike by a renter, where it depends on the keys, the key is in the key. When it's being sold, the key is not in the key. Now, once it's sold, the new owner is in the key. So on. Still have an obligation to check. Maybe you'll check quicker. What happens if your house is gluten-free all year? It's a brand new house. You never ate chametz. You have a rule, no chametz in your house all year. In my parents' home, we were never able to. We didn't eat argo. That rules we did. It was no. My parents' house. A safe never came. A book never came to the table. Didn't come to the table. You don't. Yeah, as I said, as long as you did it. Yeah, as long as. Yeah, still check. Maybe the seller left there a piece of cheesecake. Huh? The worker, okay. Or let's say Uber did a delivery by mistake of pizza, Domino's pizza by mistake. You can deliver there. It's not kosher, but it's chametz. Well, the bottom of your shoes. But no one was there. You weren't there yet. It wasn't your shoes. The painter's shoes. The painter left a sandwich there. Whatever. Meyer, page 180. That's not Meyer. Shalom, you didn't have it here in a long time. But
Sadar bisalav bisalav kuch hey lum sabu pas bishlos kuch bkhos sam na khamos wa damino bi awma bi nu oh khu sadre ham ve Amari Baron. Him Khayinu Viesh, Nomeno Bonaga, Layla, Yavos Pesos, Mimanu, Layla, Mimarato Dinoi. Adino, Yehim, no one could also ship for Ishmael, not hosting out the Kibale nation, when they saw the Hall Mushira, the same Harabo, Yom the Hall most broken up nation, the Ali on the Bion, for the Nesiakim who got me at home, in Melbourne, go all destroy. Simply no surely. Yeah, didn't kill shipping off the water rock. The shape is on the stroll in the wild. Scott, I'll be Scottish, double. Young, but was the other of the recording ship. Yes, we begrijpen de groep is de stroll in the goal. I got it in the army. Yes, I'm Sadar service allows, which of the A, long because we should also host on a Hamos, or we don't be almost in Guam.
Skada viskada shmina boga. Sinam khusilas bikor shif. Ek no mek mukhad khod ragol nakar jimu amen. Sadar bisem shalosh mizbuchbicho. Mo khas shlos shlochos sam nakhmos amir biyom amen. Skada bisem ubus khab israkal bu di bishmay amen. Hey shalom shmay khaim table in rock Israel amen. Hey shalom hey mo yas shalom rock Israel amen. لما الغاية يعد من الخلق خضار فجيم وجياد من يخاض شما يخاض
Everybody, guys, we're running a few minutes late over here, but we have over here special shmur matzah. Special shmur matzah. What's special about it is a few things are special about it. First of all, no. But it's the Rebbe's work. First of all, the shmur matzah we have is 3 matzahs in each box, and unlike in past years where, of course, we give out as much matzah as we could, this year we had the good fortune of getting a sponsor who sponsored a tremendous amount for the community. And Yuri Herzenberg, who's right over here, and Naval Sheriff, you were with us, sponsored the matzah. Big up Shekaya. And the 3 matzahs here, I want you to make sure that at least for the Seder, everyone we know, our neighbors, every Jewish neighbor, every Jewish co-worker we have, should have shmur matzah, at least for the Seder. Shmur matzah has 2 tremendous healing properties. It's called michla, the hemnutza, the Zohar calls it, which is food of faith, and those are called food of healing. Michla da'atvasa, food of healing. And it says in the Yom Yom that the first night of Pesach, it's called food of healing. The second night it's called first night it's called food of faith. The second night it's called food of healing. If we have matzah, many tzaddikim would take shmura matzah and they would mix it with mixtures during the year and use it as medicine, to use it as for medical purposes. There are so many stories of people being healed physically from eating matzah. So although I know we think of matzah as stuffing our bodies up and not letting us, and not allowing us to make certain brachas, which we
Let the people go.
yeah, it doesn't let my people go. The opposite, but that's just on the surface. Deeper down, it does have tremendous healing powers, and we should make sure that every single one of our co-workers, Jewish co-workers, and every single one of our Jewish neighbors have matzah. If you don't know who to give to, we have suggestions. We have the list of your neighbors, and we can help you out. Do you want to share a few words? Okay, so.
Thank you.
The box. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, go ahead.
So as you can tell here, we bought a tremendous amount of matzah. We bought 18,000 boxes of shmur matzah. It's 54,000 matzahs. We had a bakery in Israel that for 24 hours a day for an entire month was only making our matzah. So it was a very big operation. My wife and I started our organization called Herzl Mitzvah Mission. Professionally, I'm in real estate, but this was something I was very passionate about. Starting a project that gets laymen involved and empowering laymen to be leaders in their communities. And so it's not just matzah that we do. We actually gave out 40,000 menorahs this year for Hanukkah. They hooked us up. And next year, get one. It was on the chat, though. It was on the Shulchan's chat. You have to respond. But you'll text me. Don't worry. We also have a project. So this is called Ambassadors of Freedom. It's for matzah. For Hanukkah, we have Ambassadors of Light. And throughout the year, we have Ambassadors of Protection, which is we teach you how to go put up a mezuzah, and you go and find homes that don't have mezuzahs, and you go put them up for us. So the point of all these different projects, besides that they're all mitzvah, they're all matzah, menorah, and mezuzah, which all start with the letter M. The other thing that all of them have in common is that it's all done by laymen. There's a concept in Chassidus called shulchan osa shulchan, that the shulchan make us the shulchan, and we can take an active role. There's only so many people that the rabbi can reach himself. But you have a neighbor, you have a coworker, you have somebody who you interact with, your doctor, your lawyer, it doesn't matter who it is. You have people that the rabbis can't reach. And that's the people who we're trying to reach. So if somebody's going to anyways have shmur matzah, that's not the point of this. That's not who we give it to. We're giving it to people who otherwise would not have shmur matzah. We want one per family, and we want to reach 18,000 families this year for Pesach. Almost all of it is here in South Florida. There's a couple of chapters in other places, but we have 30 chapters here in South Florida, and that's more than 90% of the matzahs. So we're really, really focused on South Florida. I myself live up in Parkland, it's about 45 minutes. I drove here tonight to participate and to talk with you guys and to hopefully inspire you to get involved. And I hope that maybe next year Pesach time, when you guys will take my role so that I can go to another party. There's every night, usually there's 2 or 3 parties, and I can't make it to all of them. So I wanted to be here. It's your guys' first time. And so I felt that it was important that I come. But I hope that somebody will step up and say, I want to be the guy who's the lead ambassador for next year. And I'm going to be in charge of all the ambassadors. I want to be the guy who makes sure that all the ambassadors know what to do, know what the responsibilities are. And I hope that you guys will do it also for Hanukkah and also for mezuzahs. I saw you guys have some kind of mezuzah club. I saw the marketing outside. It's a beautiful thing. We very much appreciate your partnership, and we want you to take it as seriously as we do. I don't fundraise at all. Almost 100% of the funds comes from me and my wife, and we've dedicated a lot of our personal money towards it. So we hope that you guys will take it as seriously as we do.
In addition to matzah, okay, so the brownies here are not kosher for Pesach, so don't mix it with the matzah. we have in the office, I have there several hundred boxes of matzah, as well as candle, like little Shabbos candle kits. So you could add a Shabbos candle kit if you have no someone needs a Shabbos candle kit. We have those as well.
One more thing I just wanted to say as well. It's very nice to give someone a box of matzah or Shabbos candles or menorah or mezuzah. But ultimately, it's not just about these things you're going to give them. It's also about using these tools to engage with them. Bring them here for a Shabbos meal. Bring them here for a Torah class. Introduce them to the rabbi. Go and play basketball with them. Become friends with these people. And it's really about building a connection. And these are just ways that you can build a connection. Well, ultimately, we want to encourage everyone to build a connection with these people.
We also have Mesa guides, and we also have forms for people to sell their comments. So should many get to sell the comments as well, take forms. But I apologize, all the boxes are by the office. So I grab baddies that come to the office, and we'll grab over there as many matzahs. Just let us know who you're going to. Send us your list so that we know we're not doubling our efforts. Yeah. I only have one box here. That's in the office. Everyone should have the office.
Wherever, Sharon.
By some big mansion, right? A ranch. You said so how did you hear?
Come, grab Brownie and let's go to the.
Just take one box. Make sure. Take responsibility.
I just want to know to take a lot and then you don't do it.
Don't take the line, that's in the garage. Take it serious.
Okay.
So, I'm telling you a great story.
Right.
My wife wanted to do the mitzvah. She said, I don't have cash. I don't know what to do. She says, I have a good idea.
One time.
I can find it somewhere. And what's going on? I always say mitzvah. I'm saying you can go into the mitzvah. That's not the mitzvah. It's a nice idea. I said, but you know, in my whole life, maybe I could do it. Just do it.
Yes.
Years later, maybe you find someone else. She brought me up here.
Yes.
I was on Super Bowl Sunday. I was flying during the Super Bowl. The guy standing behind me.
You know why?
Says, I wish I had. I didn't know. I had sunglasses, surely. And it's like, what is it? I want to watch. I said, how about this? I wish I had a slouch. Because you
Yeah.
bring it up wherever you go.
It's in English, but there's concurrent.
I said, where's the building? It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Are you allowed to keep this in the
I
car
said,
overnight?
You didn't need a shot.
It's okay. Okay.
He says, I know, but I didn't do it.
I'm done.
I said, so maybe you want to wear it now, like that. He said, okay. So he wrapped it up. Now, if the story ended there, that would be amazing. Literally, and I never in my life, I would never say, he approached me. I didn't have to approach him. He approached me. So I never, I didn't think this was gonna happen, but, okay. I took a picture of him with this thing on, I can show you the picture. Then I get on the plane, and I took the picture, I sent it to my family WhatsApp. I wanted my family to know this is what I did in the airport. Before we get on the plane. So my brother, he responds back.
Oh, we could, but he's not hanging.
What, he's not working for a while? I said, no, I don't work for a while. I work to inspire you. I didn't know what to respond. So that's what I responded. And he says, you know what? If you can get one more Jew to put on the bill right now, on the plane, because I was on Wi-Fi, I have a plane. He said, you can buy one more Jew on the plane who's gonna wear tefillin. I'll wear tefillin in the middle of the Super Bowl. In my living room, and I'll put on tefillin in the guy next to me. Neither of us wear tefillin. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna walk up and down the aisles of the airplane. Excuse me, are you Jewish? Like, how am I gonna do this? Now, I took the text message and I showed it to the guy behind me, who's the guy who wears tefillin. He just happened to sit right behind me. So I showed him the text message today. He says, no big deal. The guy behind me is Jewish. I was talking with him. So he shows him my food. And the guy says, yeah, I'll wrap the bill. The guy wraps the bill. I took a picture of all the plane wrapping the bill. I sent it to my family chat. My brother then wraps the bill, wraps his friend. And I got 4 people around the building, like, matter of an hour. I couldn't believe it. All because my wife said, just commit and you'll get one.
Yeah.
So, commit to 2, maybe 3. You have a week. So you're allowed. You have a whole week.
One person I have for sure, that's why I say I have already.
And another one, you're gonna go back on doors and play fun.
Then I'm gonna call you back.
Good.
Yeah. What's the name?
Good.
Yoni?
Good.
Udima?
Person.
Oh, person. Square.
Hey.
It's a look at my. Thank you. Yudi, Yuda. Yeah.
Oh, okay, so what they're saying is, I think 3 hours. 4 hours. But with the first round.
I'm officially leaving.
Why is that?
Yeah, so.
It's all. Clara y what is the,
Like,
the rule, yeah. Baile. Good. Oh, man.
So I was reading Parsha says the same word.
Exactly.
Rashi, you know what Rashi?
Doing the right things.
Well, the idea was to do pizza on the boat, but I think realistically a barbecue would be way cooler. A barbecue on the boat? How are we gonna bring free barbecue food? Interesting. Gotta grill out here. Avi will be happy to stand there for an hour grilling. You want a four? No. You have to upgrade everything before you upgrade the town hall, or else you're rushed. Then you get a phone and you can't feed. I'm pretty sad on. Not that much. You're up to take the wall, you know?
I know how
Not gonna take 2 weeks. I mean, not 2 weeks, not a week. What?
Now it's not there. What is that? What is the man?
Normally it's not there.
You know what? That's why I'm in real estate. It's funny, I spent 54,000 matzahs. Kidding me? A week of matzahs costs thousands of dollars.
His name's at the building. Right.
He doesn't sell, he just gives up. Doesn't sell.
Good matzah? No, it's all good.
Buy one bike.
No, no. This is for people who won't have matzah.
Okay, but I understand. I want to buy.
No, he wants to give it up.
Yes, they monthly, monthly
I don't know.